Did you know that 88% of people experience significant stress during the holidays? Well, if that's you, you're definitely not alone. And before we jump in, make sure to save your spot for my live Food Swap Foodie challenge starting this January, where you'll learn how to swap your favorite treats instead of completely giving them up. You'll learn why you crave the foods that you do, how to finally manage those cravings, and how to make healthy food swaps without guilt or restriction. There's a link in the description so you can join. So the holidays look magical, fairy twinkling lights, fuzzy socks, candy canes, all the things. But behind the scenes, that stress is all the way real. Stress doesn't just impact your mood, it affects your sleep, emotional eating, your immune system, and of course, that pesky holiday weight gain. So today, I'm gonna be sharing how you can manage holiday stress in a more manageable way so that you can actually enjoy the season instead of powering through like an exhausted, burnt out elf. All right, so let's just call it out, because holiday stress is not just one thing. It has many different layers. There is the financial stress, which many people are feeling right now. Gifts, groceries, events, it all adds up really, really fast. Family dynamics. We love some of our family members, but aren't we glad we only have to see them once a year? I won't name any names of anybody in my family. If anyone in my family is watching this, I love you all so deeply. Then there's time management and the stress of that all. This is the thing that stresses me out the most during the holidays. You're trying to juggle work. You're trying to juggle kids. You're trying to juggle grocery shopping. You're trying to juggle when you're going to buy your gifts. Are you going to buy them online? Are you going to go to the store? You're trying not to melt down at the mall when somebody steals your parking spot. Then there's emotional triggers. There's grief, there's loneliness, there's sadness, or just feeling like life doesn't look like the way it's supposed to be during this time of the year. And this is also another one that I experience and I struggle with as well because of loss that I experienced over the holidays. So the holidays is a constant reminder of me because it's an anniversary of that loss. And if you're noticing fatigue or irritability or difficulty sleeping, tension, or even changes in your appetite, these are all signs that stress is taking a toll. So let's talk about understanding holiday stress and what is really going on. So the holidays come with a lot of expectations. It's perfect gifts, it's perfect home, it's, perfect appetizers, perfect everything. But all of this striving to be perfect, it can hit us really hard emotionally, especially if you've experienced loss or you're, going through a really difficult time in your life. Or maybe just navigating the holidays in a way that you just didn't expect. Stress is not just in your head, it affects your whole body. It affects your sleep, it affects your mood. It can sometimes even affect your appetite as well, because a lot of people tend to stress eat just throughout the year, but especially during the holidays. So let's talk about what you can do to protect your peace. The first tip is to show random acts of kindness. And I know you're not expecting this tip to be on this list, but listen up and I'll explain why. One of the most powerful ways to reduce stress is to help somebody else. Research supports this. Kindness boosts your mood and also helps to lower those stress hormones. And I learned this firsthand because a few years ago, I was going through a really difficult time in my life, and so were a few of my girlfriends. And the holidays were a really tough time for them, and it was also a tough time for me as well, because I had such a love-hate relationship with the holidays, and to be perfectly honest, I still do to this day. So because of all of these things, and I knew that I was having a difficult time too, I just decided to just invite my girlfriends over for a girls' night. It was really low-key, we just ordered in some food, we had some snacks, and we just had a really good night just talking everything out. Like, we laughed, we cried, and it was such a beautiful night. And I was so glad that I did that and I pulled all of my girlfriends together, because my first instinct was just to be alone. And I think a lot of times when we're going through difficult times in our life, like, our first instinct is just to isolate ourselves, and we don't want to be around other people. And I know for me, I'm speaking with my own personal experience, that tends to be my default. I just want to just be by myself. But I knew, like I said, that if I was going through a difficult time, I knew my girlfriends were going through a difficult time as well. And I knew that connection was ultimately going to make all of us feel better, and it did. So sometimes the best way to help yourself is to help somebody else. And that moment really did change the way that I saw the holidays. So for your random act of kindness, it doesn't have to be something like that. You don't have to invite friends over. It could be just something as simple as like, if you're heading into the mall and you see somebody coming out the door and they're carrying a lot of bags, maybe you just open the door for them. Maybe you just give them a smile, like just something like that. It doesn't have to be anything big or grandiose. Tip 2. Write down 3 things that you're grateful for. And I know people talk a lot about gratitude and it's like gratitude, blah, blah, blah. I am telling you, leaning into gratitude has helped me so much with managing my own stress and my own mental health. And it's also helped my clients as well. Gratitude literally rewires your brain for peace, calm, and resilience. It's one of the fastest and easiest ways to really interrupt stress. So you can do this in the morning, when you come home from work, before you go to bed, when you're in the shower, whenever is the best time for you. Now, I tend to do it like in the morning when I wake up. I'm like, thank you, Lord, for waking me up in the morning. Thank you, Lord, that I have a home. Thank you, Lord, that I have a wonderful, beautiful, amazing, handsome husband right beside me. You know, whatever it is, it could just be, you know, thank you for these sheets that are covering me. Just be in gratitude, because the more that you are in that gratitude is the more resilient you're gonna feel. Tip number 3, move your body, even if it's just for 10 or 15 minutes. Exercise releases feel-good chemicals that helps you to feel better fast. So here's the tea. Stress literally bullies your brain. It shrinks the hippocampus, which is the part of your brain that's responsible for memory and learning, while cranking up cravings for sugar and wine or peppermint mochas or whatever it is that tends to be your vice that is high in sugar. But exercise is the hero of your stress story. A quick workout can help to boost your mood and fire up your brain and just really help to rebuild what stress tries to tear down. And listen, because I know right now somebody's thinking, but I can't exercise. I can't get motivated to work out. Look, if you wait to feel motivated to do something, you're going to be waiting your entire life, okay? You're not ever really going to feel motivated to exercise. And I'm also speaking from experience here. I never really feel motivated to exercise, but I know that when I do exercise, even when I don't feel like it, I feel so much better afterwards. So motivation doesn't magically appear. It happens when you just take one small step, like exercising for 10 minutes. Tip number 4, you want to schedule self-care like it's an actual appointment. Self-care isn't luxury in December. It is survival. Book your downtime, your walk, your nap, your spa day, whatever it is, get it in the calendar. I want you to put that in your calendar like you put a regular meeting at the office in your calendar. My spa day, I book that months in advance. I typically book my spa day in September so that I have something to look forward to. Because that's the other thing, like when we have something that we look forward to doing, that in itself can help to melt stress away as well. So drop it in the comments and let me know, what is one self-care activity you'll do during the holidays to help to manage stress? Tip number 5, plan and organize because your peace depends on it. Planning ahead saves your time and your sanity. Like take for example, last weekend I was in the grocery store and I saw this chickpea plant-based pot pie on sale. And I grabbed it because I know I have a holiday party coming up in 2 weeks and I don't want to be in the store at Christmas time, the height of Christmas time, trying to buy groceries, trying to do the things. So I just bought the pot pie, put it in my freezer so that when people come over, now that's one less thing I have to buy and it's ready to go. Because ain't nobody got time for being in the grocery store with stressed out, frazzled shoppers. Break your tasks down, delegate where you can, ask for help, and most importantly, set realistic expectations and boundaries. Not everything needs to be perfect, and you don't need to say yes to all of the things. And speaking of planning ahead, imagine how amazing it would feel stepping into the new year knowing that you had a plan to eat healthier, to manage those cravings, and to release that weight, all without giving up your favorite foods. That's exactly what you're gonna learn inside my live Food Swap Foodie challenge starting in January. The price is going up soon, so now is the time to save your early bird spot. Let's start your year with empowerment, not restriction. And if nobody's told you this already, you deserve a holiday that feels good, not just looks good. Now make sure to watch my next video where I show you exactly how to survive the holiday season without derailing your health and wellness goals.